Tom's fans, another big election coverage night. Big general election here in August in Campbell County. You're going to see the results of what happened for the people that run in the primary and the people that ran against him independently. We will have several uncontested races tonight that we will eventually get the results on, but our main focus is the contested races.
And introduction, I'm John Muse.
Patrick Piglin.
Howdy guys, Brandon Johnson.
Our resident expert, Josh, here from Colorado. He's back now for this election cycle.
Yeah. Now, Tom's fans, I'll tell you, we're a really special election tonight. We just came to you just a few short months ago for the primary. The Republicans and Democrats here in Campbell County decided for the first time in some 30 years we were going to have a primary election. So we were with you just a couple months ago, and now we're back with you guys tonight. For political nerds like me and my fellow panelists here, our fellow talking heads, this is really close to being as good as Christmas. So appreciate you all stepping in with us. Pat, what are you most excited about seeing the results of tonight?
The hotly contested state rep race.
Yes. John, what's your thoughts on the state rep race?
Well, I'm not sure where it's going to go, but I'm also, like Patrick, looking forward to seeing who wins. Noah ran a good campaign, and so did Dennis, so best of luck to both of those guys, and whichever one wins, best of luck in the next election.
One thing that really surprised me about the Noah and Dennis race is the amount of outside money that really poured in for the first time in modern history since I've been old enough to vote that we've ever seen something like that. I'm a little bit of a politico. I've worked on other races throughout the state and throughout the country, and so these kind of PACs, etc., are pretty common, but we've never really had that in Campbell County, and that created quite the controversy and quite the talk. Josh, how many mailers did you get to your house this election season?
I definitely got a few. I think probably it might be kind of safe to say that might have hurt Dennis a little bit. I saw a lot of chatter online about people that just were displeased with all of the mailers and the attacks on Noah. Dennis did try to clear some of that up and say this is outside money. I didn't approve some of these messages that you're seeing, and I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how that weighs on the race.
Now I'm curious, how long has it been since Dennis had an opponent at all? I mean, he obviously has never been, the primaries haven't existed for a long time.
Well, that primary.
Pardon me, the primary gets did, but how long has it been since Dennis actually had an opponent in the primary or in the general election? Really, it was
Bob Fannin
Yeah.
ran as a Democrat several years ago against him.
I mean, it's usually a race that's quiet, and I know that Dennis is just de facto the vote for years.
Absolutely. It's interesting. Josh, I'm going to kind of echo off what you talked about. These PACs that were mainly pro-voucher, pro-school choice group, voucher groups that came in. Now, legally, it is illegal for a candidate to coordinate with these, what we would call independent expenditures, these third parties that were sending out all these ads. Now, could Representative Powers said, hey, stop, and maybe they listen? Maybe. Were there ways that he could have intervened? Maybe. But he could have also said stop and maybe they wouldn't have, or he could have said go and maybe they would have put it on harder. We never know, but any work between those two organizations, the campaign for Dennis Powers for state representative and these independent third-party expenditures is essentially illegal in every way. And so we saw a ton of that come in, and we did ultimately see both campaigns kind of shoot some negative mail back and forth across the bow, which for Campbell County is a pretty odd thing. We'll see a wild Facebook post every once in a while, but direct mail right in your home's mailbox. This is kind of uncharted territory in modern political Campbell County history.
I had never gotten a mailer before in 20 plus years, and got probably a dozen myself.
Yeah. And what was interesting is, I talked to several folks who are consistent and constant voters.
Did Randy Heverly just pull in?
Did he?
Yeah.
I told Randy to swing by if he wanted to help chime in a little bit pre-election stuff. So we'll welcome him here in just a minute. Was it the big sign on the back of the truck?
Oh, it's Randy, yeah.
And
About
the other
3
one,
minutes till the polls close.
Obviously,
He's
Awesome.
He's got about 3 minutes to try to make his case.
So,
Just watch your step there, don't trip on that.
Mr. Heatherly, we did just tell all the viewers of the Volunteer Times that you had prepared a song and an interpretive dance for tonight to really get those last 2-minute votes before polls close.
I think I have something very fitting.
Come on in, Randy.
Just jump over there.
One of you guys want to interview Randy, or do you want me to? Or
Go ahead, Brandon.
come on in, Randy.
Sure.
Here, come step behind us here.
Sure. Thank you guys.
Yeah, stuff's
Randy,
up.
doing well?
Yeah.
Big busy day at the polls.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, real curious, which poll were you set up at, politicking at?
I was at the Armory.
How big of a turnout did you have?
Most of the day. I think the Armory had, there was a pretty steady flow all day at the Armory. I was at the high school for a few hours. It seemed pretty slow there.
See, it was very slow in Jacksboro and Carroll today. Anyway, Brandon.
Yeah, so Randy, thanks for being here with us tonight. Times viewers, for those of you all that may not know, we've got Randy Heatherly here with us tonight. This is his second election he's ran in 4 years ago. Him and Cody Parker had a really close, strong, tough race. Randy serves Campbell County's 3rd District on the Board of Education. I serve on the other seat, so thankfully I've got 2 years left. He is running in this election as the Republican nominee for the Board of Education against the independent candidate, Jacob Perkins. I think really highly of both of you guys. I've got to work with Randy for the last 2 years, make what I would consider a lot of progress on our Board of Education. I know Mr. Perkins, since we were little kids, think highly of him as well. But Randy, talk to us a little bit about how maybe this election's been different from 4 years ago for you, or what feels different at least.
Well, I will tell you this, Brandon. The biggest difference is probably the primary. And, what I'm concerned, or was concerned about going into it is everyone going to come back out and vote in August the same as they did in May. So, I hope that the numbers, are good, but it seems like they're down a little bit.
They were down in early voting.
So, but, that was my biggest concern going into it, and that's the biggest difference, I would say, is the challenging, to say, are my voters going to come out and vote again in August?
Absolutely. I think a lot of folks, I just talked to 19-year-old Barron Jordan. A lot of us know Barron. He is typically at the basketball games, or was when he was in high school, shirtless on the front row at most games, so definitely made his statement. But I just ran into him and he said, yeah, I'm 19 and I just voted for the second time. And I was like, wait a second, how is that possible? And I'd even forgotten the primary that we just had a couple months ago. So it'll be interesting to see how after 30 years, the voters of Campbell County respond to a whole different election, a whole different type of cycle. John, what's kind of your thoughts about it?
Well, it does make you wonder if maybe some people thought they only had to vote in the primary, and then that was that. Maybe they thought they voted Randy, and Randy won the primary, and that was it. But
I've run into that a lot.
we'll see if that's actually the case tonight and in our total vote numbers. But with early voting being down, I suspect it'll be down across the board. I mean, I voted Wynn. I live in the 5th District, and they were talking today about how their numbers were down in Wynn.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm gonna cut in real quick and say officially now the polls are closed. And we do have our first piece of data that's come in from LMS, and it's 169 people voted at LMS today.
No.
It's good.
That the LMS is the 2nd District.
That is
Yes.
correct. Yep. Well, Follett Middle School, we're going to see in the county commission side a heated county commission race. We are going to see an really unique Board of Education race in the fact that we have a Republican nominee in Mr. Honeycutt, a Democrat nominee in Mr. Rutherford, and an independent in Brooke Longmire Dorton. So we've got a Republican, an independent, and a Democrat. And just of note, Marvin T. Rutherford is the only Democrat on the ballot in all of Campbell County tonight. We've got lots of Republicans, lots of independents. But Marvin Rutherford is the lone Democrat, which will be interesting to see how that plays out throughout Campbell County's 2nd District, especially in the portions of the city of La Follette, which typically has had a pretty high number of Democrat votes. So,
And also, of course, like for when Randy ran, that's a one-person win seat.
yes.
County Commission, same district, 3 people can win in that seat, or those 3 seats. So it's a different dynamic with the school board and the county commission. So you're voting for 3 versus 1.
So, Randy, as the Republican nominee, what has kind of been your thoughts? How does it, again, 4 years ago, you've been a Republican the whole time, but 4 years ago, everybody ran as independents. You were forced to, whether you wanted to or not, it was mandatory. Now you're actually running as an open Republican. The Republican Party locally has done some direct mail and pushed your name out. They've been on social media pushing your name out. What has that kind of been like? Has it been different? Have you felt it different? Has it seemed different? What's your thoughts?
I mean, in reflection of it now, and I'm sure we'll have more reflection of that later, but looking at it now, I feel like the Republican Party really did step up and offer a lot of support. And there's some opinions varying as far as, are we going to have this going forward? Is there going to be a primary the next election? And guys, I mean, I'm under the belief that there will be. I mean, there's the Republican parties. I think they feel like that they're strong in Campbell County,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not sure if this election will show. Does it make a difference to have an R next to your name? Maybe not. I mean, it is what it is, but I do think that it's here to stay.
Yeah.
Now, in the case with the primary, does it feel like you've just been running for office forever this year because you had to start so early?
Yes, I mean, I really wish my opponent would have ran in the primary. It would have been great. I mean, we would have had a decision made at that point. But it does feel like it's been a longer process, and 8 o'clock couldn't get here fast enough. But I'm thankful it's here, and I'm glad to be at the finish line, and hoping for some good results tonight.
See, you're doing so much better than I was, because at 8 o'clock 2 years ago, when I was a candidate in this race, y'all, I was ready to throw up at the polls.
Brandon's on all of our broadcasts. That's the one he couldn't.
Yeah, there
He
was.
showed up later.
Well, he won at that point.
I did show up later. What was funny, Randy, for the guys on the panel, because we're all really good friends. We talk a lot, we hang out a lot, we go to movies together. We're all good friends. But what was interesting is the one poll or the one polling location where I was not super strong and it was really competitive when I ran 2 years ago was the first polling location they got.
Yeah.
So you could actually, when you go back and watch the stream, I knew from the first poll that I got that I had won. Thankfully, statistically, I was up high enough at Jacksboro Station. It's the #1 voting location in the county by terms of registered voters and participation, and it's in our district. And so I knew, but for these guys that, again, are really good friends of mine, they get the first poll numbers back, and it's close. And Pat calls me later. He's like, I was so nervous, I didn't know what to do. And of course, on stream, we stay completely nonpartisan. We all have our thoughts or what we voted for, etc. But I'll tell you, the one thing that I love about the election season, Randy, is just when people get involved. And talking about folks involved, there's actually a birthday party right now going on for Anthony Branham. Happy birthday, Anthony. We're at the birthday party. They are watching our stream. Now, how many times in the community do people actually maybe look away from a birthday party to watch what's going on, to make changes, the changes that are going to be made in their local communities?
This is election night for the offices that are going to affect you the most.
So, Randy, what are you happiest about over the past 4 years that you've been able to do on the Board of Education? And what's something, if you win tonight, in the next 4 years that you would like to do?
Randy, before you answer that,
Yes.
come around here to
Sure.
this corner right
Sure.
here. That way I feel like you're having to talk over the back
Sure.
of your heads.
Sure.
Want to be able to, and you can just walk up there just a little bit closer.
Sure.
And that might, there we go. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
And I will share, Times viewers, if you see us all in our phones, we have correspondents at every single polling location.
Sounds about 3.
Except for
Stony Fork.
especially Stony Fork, which typically has about a dozen voters.
Now, we do love Stony Fork, though, but
We love Stony Fork. It's just a little hard to get somebody to work that poll site for us. But
Couldn't find anybody else.
at 90% of the polling locations here in Campbell County, we've got live correspondents that are actively texting and messaging each of us so we can get you the results and the data the quickest. But anyway, so Randy, past 4 years, briefly kind of reflect on that, and then if you're able to secure tonight's victory, what's kind of your goals the next 4 years?
Sure. Thank you, Brandon. Looking back on reflecting on the last 4 years, it's been, there's been some real challenging times. The first couple of years we had plenty of money, and it seemed like the money pot started to dwindle a little bit the last couple of years. So, we still get to do a lot of capital projects though. So there's projects that are going on. There's those things really, make me feel good. There's a lot of good things going on with, in academics and in sports. Our CTE program is something to really be proud of. And I think when I look back at that, that's one of the things I'd like to continue to invest more money into, because I think, there's so many jobs out there in those programs for the children that are graduating. So that's one of the things I'd like to see us, continue to invest money in, or invest more money in. I'd certainly like to see the online program. You know, it's really just now off the ground. So I'd like to see that get in place where, you know, children have that alternate opportunity through our system as opposed to going through some other system. You were saying some of the things reflecting on that I really like. I mean, sitting at Campbell County High School today, I was looking at the exterior doors and thinking, hey, I mean, I know that's something small,
Yeah.
but those are things that, you know, as a board member, if you're really invested in something, you know, you think about safety, you think about, you know, bettering children's future academically, you think about youth athletics, you think about all those things, giving children opportunities to succeed. I think we've done a lot of that. So if we're looking at playgrounds, we're looking at fences for playgrounds that were safe. You know, one of the things we did, there was a lot of our playgrounds in the county that did not have fencing.
Yeah.
We put fences around playgrounds. I know that may seem small, but we don't want children wandering off. It's a safety issue. So anything that comes up like that, it's very rewarding for me to be a part of, to try to help.
And Randy, I'm sorry to cut you off. We are getting poll results.
Yes, I'm
Yes,
getting
I
some
just,
now.
I just got something that says, well, this isn't gonna be a factor for our numbers. This is something from, the Brock precinct. Looks like.
Randy, thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you so
We'll
much.
let you know if you
I
want to here in a
appreciate
few
you,
minutes.
Yes, sir.
Always
You guys
Stick
have a good
around,
evening.
Randy.
Good to
You're
see you
welcome to
all.
stay, buddy.
Thank you so much.
You're
All
welcome.
right.
appreciate it.
So,
Welcome. Thank you.
let me know when you're ready, Josh. We've got some poll results coming in here. I have
A Brock precinct, Noah Smith has won that, and Union County, 115 to 54. We can just put a pin in that.
That's
because
a
not-
big number.
Yeah.
So I've got some West LaFollette numbers here, Josh. Whenever you're ready to start kicking them in.
Do we want to start with the mayor?
Yes.
All right, you said West LaFollette. Okay.
County Mayor, West LaFollette 3rd District. There are 42 votes for Jimmy Jeffries. And for whatever reason, we're going to have to circle back to it. The Republican information is spitting out just a little differently than historically.
I have a county mayor race for the Pinecrest poll.
All right, let me get the Pinecrest here. All right.
Jimmy Jeffries, 52 votes. Jack Lynch, 44 votes.
Close.
Okay.
All right, and I've got West LaFollette, Jimmy Jeffries, 42. Apologize, guys. For you all, is it spitting out not together by race?
Mine have came in by race, but
Okay. So West LaFollette, Jimmy Jeffries, 40. Jack Lynch, 44.
Also close.
County Commission, Dwayne Baird, 50.
Is this, let's see.
this
Third
is
district.
3rd district.
Third district,
West
yeah.
District
LaFollette.
County. All right. And which polling station?
This is West LaFollette.
Okay, still West LaFollette. Okay, Baird.
Dwayne Baird, 50.
All right.
Anthony Terry, 34.
All right.
Rusty Orick, 33. Jason Shetterly, 27. Scott Stanfield, 36.
All right.
County Clerk. Is this good for you, Josh?
You're doing great. Let me get over to County Clerk and West LaFollette, and we're good to go.
Maria Parton, 44. Tyler King, 41.
Again, very close.
School Board, 3rd District, West LaFollette.
All right.
Randy Heatherly, 63. Jacob Perkins, 19.
Not very close.
Okay. Fantastic. All right, I think you said you had some coming in, John.
Okay,
Hope I've got some coming in too. All right.
county clerk,
This is County Clerk.
Pinecrest.
Pinecrest. Let me get the clerk. All right, we're at clerk and.
Tyler King, 68. Maria Parton, 30. County Commission, District 1, Pinecrest. I'm just gonna read these alphabetically.
Okay.
Josh.
Let me get the Pinecrest here real quick, okay?
Joshua A. Edders, 42. David Green, 70. M. David Atkins, 34. Zachary Marlowe, 51.
Great. All right.
I believe those are the school board. Jeffrey Miller, 72. Is he uncontested?
Write-in.
He does have a write-in, so I think we should probably.
There are 10 write-ins, but
Okay.
it doesn't, that's,
Yeah, I don't have him on our.
Yeah, we're good on
our
that.
board.
We can circle back. I do have state representative for West La Follette.
All right, let me get the state representative. And West La Follette. All right.
We're with Dennis Powers, 33. Noah Smith with 40. I also have Jacksboro Station,
Okay.
which is a huge polling location. State House, Noah Smith with a commanding lead, 228. To Dennis Powers is 95.
Big jump.
Mayor, Jack Lynch with 207. Jimmy Jeffries with 174.
All right.
County Commission, District 3. Baird with 234. Shetterly with 167. Orick with 126. Stanfield with 126. Terry with 109. County Clerk, King at the Jacksboro Station, 3rd District, 210. Maria,
Let me
Oh,
get to
you're good.
Jacksboro Station real quick. All right, he said King was.
King with 210.
All right.
Maria Baird Parton, 166. And we are getting them in fast tonight, folks.
Except from the 5th district.
I've already got 2 through 3 districts in too.
I've got Campbell County High School whenever you're ready.
All right. Do you want to start there with County Clerk?
Can we start with state rep?
We can. Let me get to it. All right, Campbell County High School. All right.
State rep, Noah Smith, 75. Dennis Powers, 42.
Okay.
We also have County Commission, Dwayne Baird, 62.
Let me get to Commission District 3. Campbell County High School. Baird 62.
Anthony Terry, 34.
All right.
Rusty Orick, 52. Jason Shetterly, 54. Scott Stanfield, 60.
All right. School Board District 3. Is that where we're going next?
County Clerk,
Oh, County Clerk. All right.
67, Maria Parton. 64, Tyler King.
All right.
School Board District 3 at Campbell County High School, Randy Heatherly, 75. Jacob Perkins, 53.
okay, I have some results from Demery,
All right. Let me get to Demery. Which race you want to start with?
County Mayor,
All right, Mayor and Demery. Hit me.
Jimmy Jeffries, 49. Jack Lynch, 33.
All right.
County Commission,
District
1.
1. Demery. All right.
Josh Edders, 32. David Green, 54. David Atkins, 50. Zachary Marlowe, 35.
All right. Next race.
County Clerk, Maria Parton, 56.
Give me just a second. Let me get to Demery there. Parton 56.
Tyler King, 30.
Great.
State Representative, District 1, Denbury. Dennis Powers, 29. Noah Smith, 46.
All right.
Folks, here in just a matter of minutes, we're going to be able to start making some pretty
I've
firm
got-
predictions.
Yeah, and I've got 3 districts here too.
All right.
And I've got Valley View.
Go ahead and do yours. May just hand off my phone so I can keep these.
All right, Josh, let me know when you're ready for County Mayor at Valley View.
County Mayor, Valley View. Let's see here. All right, let's go.
202, Jimmy Jeffries. Jack Lynch, 214.
That race stays pretty tight.
Yes. County Commission, which is looking to be top from this polling location. Josh Edders, 157.
This is District
One. Yep.
And we are Valley View. All right, Josh Edders.
157.
All right.
David Green commanding the ticket, 293 votes. David Atkins, 145. Zach Marlowe, 216.
All right.
County Clerk, Maria Baird Parton, 185. Tyler King, 226.
All right.
The next race will be I think that may be all at Valley View
I
that
apologize
matters.
to you. The results I gave you for Demery are actually Alder Springs.
Okay.
So if you can zero out Demery,
Yeah, let's go to, we'll start with the mayor race. And we'll cut Demery 49 to 33, and we'll add that to.
Folks, while they're doing that, I'll make a couple of thoughts here. So, in the 3rd district, we see newcomer Anthony Terry really battling it out. We see so far Jason Shetterly is doing really strong. Dwayne Baird is doing really strong. That is going to be really, really close. But there is a good chance your 3 incumbent county commissioners are Dwayne Baird, Rusty Orrick, and Scott Stanfield. There's a good chance by looking at these numbers that one of those 3 may not be reelected. Likely either Rusty Orrick or Scott Stanfield as we wait for numbers to come in. We also see a still pretty tight county clerk race. Conventional knowledge would say that Tyler King is going to do really well in Campbell County's 5th district, which we're still waiting on results from. However, Maria Parton has a strong base there as well. In the school board race, unless just something crazy happens with early voting, it looks like incumbent Redney Heatherly is going to retain his seat. He has almost a 2-to-1 lead over challenger Jacob Perkins. Both great guys. I wish I could serve with both of them.
Okay.
All right.
We've corrected the Demery error and moved all that data to Alder Springs.
I'm going to give you the actual Demery results
We
now.
have Demery results now. All right.
Okay. County Clerk,
Let me get to clerk. All right.
Tyler King, 112. Maria Parton, 103.
Okay. Next race.
State Representative,
All right.
Dennis Powers, 75. Noah Smith, 128.
All right.
County Commission, District 1, Demery, Josh Edders, 90. David Green, 146. David Atkins, 61. Zachary Marlowe, 120. County Mayor, Jimmy Jeffries, 117. Jack Lynch, 97. And those are the pertinent Demery contested election races, I believe, or was there a school board on that?
And that was Demery, John.
And Jeffrey Miller is running as a
There is no District 1 school board, so.
Well, his write-in opponent got 28 votes and Jeffrey Miller got 153.
Thank you, Jill.
Thank you, Tamara Johnson, for
Thank
calling
you,
us
Tamara
in.
Johnson, for that, and Ellen Miller for the Pinecrest, Charlie Leach for the Alder Springs.
And I've got Campbell County's second largest precinct, which is Caravel, in Campbell County's 4th district. Let me know when you're ready for that, Josh.
Yep, which race you want to start?
Let's do
with?
state representative.
State representative, all right, state rep.
And John, again, that was Demery that you just read,
That was the
correct?
one that I just read.
And you said you've got
Perfect.
Caravel, here we go.
So I can say, Times viewers, I do believe that we are going to see a Noah Smith victory tonight. I'm always the one on the panel who wants to call races the earliest. So, folks, from an official standpoint, let me be the first to say I believe congratulations are going to be in order for Noah Smith. Caravel poll numbers: Noah Smith 165, Dennis Powers with 66.
All right. Next race.
Next race, we are looking at county mayor. Very close race there. Jimmy Jeffries with 136. Jack Lynch with 134. A very close race for county mayor tonight, folks. That may turn out to be the race to watch.
3-vote lead for Jack Lynch right now.
County Commission, 4th District. In a very odd turn of events, we see that Coach Bruce is not leading the ticket there. I'm going to go in alphabetical order here, in order that they're printed. Ray Perry with 95. Chris Stanley with 147. Nathan Treadway with 63. Coach Johnny Bruce with 129. Marlena Lester with 53. Devin Oaks with 49.
All right. County clerk.
County clerk.
Thank you, Julie Johnson, for those numbers also from.
Yes. Just one moment, folks, while we get those county clerk numbers. I believe we are still waiting for those to get printed at Caravel. Give me one moment, team.
Pat, you want to talk about the board while we're waiting for him to
Well,
get that? What do you see?
I see Noah with a commanding lead, not just about Jellicoe Elementary and Elk Valley. You ready?
Yes, I do have Jacksboro Middle.
No county clerk or no.
No, we're
clerk.
still waiting on county clerk there. It has not printed yet.
You said Jacksboro Middle.
Yep.
Let's,
County mayor.
let's see here. Let's see. Jacksboro Station.
Yep.
Just Jacksboro.
Jacksboro Middle, yep.
I think it's just labeled as Jacksboro.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, all right, Jeffries.
Jimmy Jeffries, 95. Jack Lynch, 109. In the county commission race, Ray Perry, 63.
This is District 3.
District 4.
District 4, sorry. District 4, Jacksboro. All right.
Chris Stanley with 96.
What was Perry's again?
63 for Mr. Raymond Perry.
Stanley.
Chris Stanley with 96. Nathan Treadway with 56. Coach Bruce coming in with a commanding lead there of 127. Marlena Lester with 24. Devin Oaks with 39.
All right. Next race.
We have County Clerk Maria Parton with 79.
Jacksboro. Barton 79.
Tyler King with 123.
All right.
Is that it?
And that should be all
Do you
that
have the?
matters there. I do now have the County Clerk from Caravel.
Let me get the state representative race for Jacksboro.
Okay.
That should round it out.
Folks, you got to realize we are sorting through a significant amount of data here because we're not only getting the races that matter, we're also getting what essentially is the races that don't matter too much tonight, that aren't being challenged. State Representative Dennis Powers with 48. Noah Smith with a huge, commanding, massive lead there of 134. Again, folks, you're hearing it here. State Rep.